Good evening. You are watching the Smithsonian Latino Center doing mobile broadcasting from Danzantes Unidos Festival in East Los Angeles Community College here in the heart of Los Angeles. We have the great honor to be talking with 3 generations of women, they're folkloristas from the Central Valley of California. Do you mind telling us your name, and we'll get then to your granddaughter.
My name is Juana Saludado.
I'm Francisca Saludado, and then we have my daughter Bertiz Saludado as well.
Thank you for joining us this evening. I know that we've had a long day and you have been doing an amazing job here backstage. But I would like to ask you a little bit about your experience. What was your inspiration for getting involved in folklorico dance?
A dear friend who is, may he rest in peace, decided that he wanted to take a dance class. So he comes up to me and says, "You're going to be my dance partner." And that was 42 years ago. He was my first dance partner, and he got me hooked on it. Just, it's become a lifestyle. Our family has always been musically inclined, and that, the Saludados. Our history is varied and all, but there's always been the arts, the música, the sones viejos, the old-time compases that they would have. And dancing just automatically came in and became corporal music. So that's me.
What a beautiful story. Could you tell me, where did this start from? You said from the Central Valley. Is there a particular town?
The megalopolis of Berkeley Mart. It's tripled now. It's 8,000 people. And again, it's a farmer community. It is not an affluent community. Very few people work outside of the fields. That's what we have, a lot of migrant people coming in during the year, and that. There's very little activities for the students, for the children, for the youth. So dancing is something that the local communities, mothers and fathers have tried to do, and that keeps us going in the different Pixley, Alpa, Ridge Grove, Arden, different little towns where the parents and the teachers also have been instrumental in trying to keep children active, out of trouble, since there is really no other activities other than things that you shouldn't do around there.
And could you tell us a little bit about who or what was your inspiration?
My mother was my inspiration. She used to take me to dance class. Of course, she was dancing when she was pregnant until 2 weeks before it was due. And then the week right after, she went right back into it. Yeah. Took me pretty much every single day to dance class, so she was there. Once in a while I'd stay at home, but mostly I was with Mom at the dance class every single time.
So you've been dancing since inside the womb, as they would say.
Yes, I have.
And hearing the music and feeling the footsteps of your mother.
Yes. And I could probably say the same thing for my little girl.
Tell me a little bit about your daughter and your experience and how you see that.
She actually developed a better ear for music. She already started singing, what is it, Cielito? Cielito Lindo, when she was about a year. She was already singing little bits and pieces here of that. She also was able to decipher when we were dancing certain regions in that from Mexico. And she knew what they were. She already knew before she was even a year and a half. So I think personally teaching little kids at any age is the best thing.
That sounds amazing. Can you tell me, what was it like for you to grow up in this community that your mom described to us?
It definitely opened my eyes to a different style of a world that's out there, not just one certain way, but there's multiple ways of being able to live life. So for me, the dancing really was my savior. It was the one thing that I ran into to help me with a lot of stuff. So it was really the best thing.
Yeah, many times dance or music can be very therapeutic. It's cathartic.
Yes.
It helps people a lot. In, you know, many times people dance, they make promesas for ritual dances, right? Or for danzas. Or for other various reasons that we may see. And so, and that's what we really want to hear is about, you know, what does dance mean to you in your community? And was there this dance group, was it the same dance group that you danced with your mother, or?
At first, no.
Mhm. At first,
it
no.
was a children's group.
And then when I was in 7th grade, I started in with the group that she was in. And then from there we kind of stuck together after that, even more so.
So we have mother and daughter and granddaughter dancing together in the same group.
Yes.
Wow. And can I know, will you tell us what group that is?
Grupo Folclórico Sin Fronteras. We're
What-
based in Bakersfield. It's a community group. Some of us are from another group that we were with Grupo Folclórico Oyuwali, which was Dr. Maria Guadalupe Castro Parramo's group. We were fortunate to dance with her for very many years. And we just kept up the activity going, the love of dancing. And it's a matter of what? Just dancing. Okay, dancing is, as I said, music. I grew up with my dad playing songs. And to be able to dance. Some of those songs and know and get a chance to express the love and the memories that he inculcated in me is amazing. To be able to dance something as simple as El Mil Amores and to hear the music here and feel the music here is amazing. I hope I showed her, and I hope I will be able to show her. And I'm thankful that I can do it. I'm thankful that we have the opportunity to work with children who would not be able to stand up and for themselves. You know, up until they start learning to dance doing, keep your head up, smile, stand straight, remember who you are. Remember, don't forget your roots. And then you get a silly story about Sinaloa. Picture this, 1971. You wake up to something dripping on your head. Well, we won't say what it was. But you're out in the middle of the boonies in a little place called Las Vegas. You don't hear anything, you think you're deaf because it's so beautifully quiet. And then you hear the river, which is maybe about a mile away. And you can just see all the beauty and the sound. And then you hear because over in the ranch 5 miles away, they're having a party and you can hear the drum, the bass drum from a banda sinaloense. That's just something so beautiful. You hear Las Tres Huastecas, you know, once you've ever, the words, you live those. You have the chance to hear that, to know that those things really do exist. The music brings that to you, the dancing brings that to you, and you learn your history from it. You learn that soy puro mexicano, nacido en este suelo de tan hermosa tierra de mi linda nación. This is my country, but my roots are in Mexico. I'm proud, and I like it. My soapbox, soy americano, but that doesn't mean I'm just from the United States. I'm from the Americas. Don't forget that. And I know that's not saying just dancing, but it is something that I try to teach and get across to people that I come across, that I have the fortune to work with, you know, that I'm lucky enough to know, to meet. I'm off, I don't.
No, this is beautiful because in terms of what you're sharing, this is, I have a moment of, you're a wonderful storyteller. This is those rare opportunities that we get to have, like those pláticas, and to see the emotion, the corazón, to hear your granddaughter, your daughter here speaking. That's also music. To say that, you know, she's alive and she's present, and also you calling on remembering people who influenced you, people who were very dear to you, that brought you to this music, that reminds you of what your culture is. You know, these are those things that is why maintaining danza mexicana or traditions of, be it cooking, music, however we identify, how it helps us to identify, is very important. Given the different locations that we might all live in, circumstances that afflict or empower people. And so I think the way that you have painted an amazing picture for us to understand why this is important, why you do this, and how important it is for to teach your daughter and your granddaughter. So I'm humbled and I appreciate you sharing that story. So the way that you shared it is more educational than any other way for me. And you brought up many points about like the demographics and why it's so important, danza mexicana, in your area. And I'm wondering, could you tell me a little bit about how did you all get involved in Danzantes Unidos?
Oh, Lordy. Let's see. Picture this many years ago. how could you not? If you truly love dance, every dancer is a member of your family. So estamos unidos. Estamos unidos de por sí. Y one of my first teachers took me to Danzantes Unidos, and the first time that I went, it was in Fresno, but it was back in, heaven knows when, one of the first times that it was in Fresno.
89, around that time. Somewhere around there.
80 something. 80 something, but I met people, I saw people, I found out that you don't have to be young to dance. You can be any age. And I liked what they were doing. Didn't really go back because as a campesina, especially at that time, you're working out in the fields, you're going to school and trying to make ends meet, so you don't have the money to pay. So it was some years before I returned. But once I was able to come back and attend, I haven't missed since '98. And each time it gets better. It was fun, it was wonderful taking the classes, meeting the teachers, meeting just anybody and everybody that was there, was knowing that we all had a love for this, whether it was to actually dance or just sit back and enjoy, or like some of the wonderful ladies and señores that would make these dresses, make the tocados, make sure that the charro outfits were just right, or that the cueras were well done. You got to meet people like that. You got to know that there were these artisans out there, and that all made dance what it is, what we see, and more so when you start thinking about it. So it pulled me more and more. And then I met Mother Elisa. Amazing lady, wonderful woman. Met Rudy, also a wonderful soul and a wonderful man, and I'm thinking, I like them. I like their ideas, I like what they stand for. I agree with that. I'll work with them. I can work with them. I can enjoy working with them. It makes my life richer. So it's totally self-serving.
I've seen you very active here in the backstage. Even though I also want to talk to you more about this identity also of campesina, right? So to bring that in, many times when we think about, but you take charge. Aquí mandas, aquí atrás, So could you tell us a little bit about your experience of what you do back here in backstage?
I find people that do wonderful work. That's all I do. I look at them and I see, somebody who's willing to help, somebody who's, go for it, do your own thing. That's what I do. I don't think I do that much. I know the people that help me, those are the ones who are really, truly doing the hard stuff. I'm kicking back and taking the, the honors and all that, but somebody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell me about your mom. What do you see your mom doing?
Oh, Lordy. Pretty much everything, even though she doesn't see it, and I'm basically the one who's kind of doing putting it into action. She is giving me the ideas. We may not be saying it verbally all the time because we know each other so well that we just automatically know what needs to be done. So basically she is coming up with a lot of the ideas, it's just I'm the one who's putting it into action. I always see her as a hard worker as well, and she's someone who takes care of a lot of the things, you know, things that we don't see here at the main theaters. You know, the more so behind the scenes. She definitely does that.
If you were able to share any commentaries, suggestions, or words of inspiration about why you come here to Danzantes Unidos, why you're a folklorista, what would you like to share for us to have as part of the archives?
If it's something, for me, it would be if it's something that you love, do it. The only person I think stops you is yourself. It's actually what I've told a lot of my dancers. Don't let anything stop you. If it's something that you very much enjoy, just go for it. Because in the end, it's worth it. Coming to Danzantes Unidos actually did teach me that more so.
¿Y para usted?
Repeat the question for me again. I've seen that.
No, I know it's a long night, and we're, you know, we've had a wonderful interview here. You know, this is where we've dug in. You know, we've definitely talking about roots, right? You definitely have showed us, you know, the multiple generations of how strong these roots are. If there's anything that you would like for us, a última palabra, right? Que gustarías compartir? What would you like to say as to why it's important to maintain las tradiciones mexicanas para usted como folclorista?
Sin el amor, sin el gusto y el placer de la música y del baile, la vida es más triste. Sin tratar de comprender por qué le da uno aquel gusto y por qué hay tantos diferentes sabores europeos, ingleses, alemanes, que tenemos dentro uno mismo. La vida sería más triste. Así que hay que celebrar lo que nos hizo, las diferentes raíces, los diferentes colores, las diferentes tradiciones que nos hacen quienes somos. Y con el baile allí, con lo norteño, con lo oaxaqueño, con lo jalisciense, allá de mi querida tierra de Michaneja. Allí es como puede uno compartir la riqueza y todos estamos ricos.
Y con esas hermosas y muy apropiadas palabras, lo agradezco su tiempo, for your heartfelt interview. Y todo el esfuerzo que haces, no solamente aquí en Los Ángeles este fin de semana, pero ahí en el Valle Central.
Thank you.
Muchísimas gracias. You've been watching the Smithsonian Latino Center doing mobile broadcasts here at Danzantes Unidos Festival. Thank you.